And everybody took that as a mistake. They thought I was always talking about, us going over there and having to kill and not that's the wrong way. You don't have to kill. There shouldn't be anyone that has to die, But yeah, it's one of those things that I had to write it that way in order to get the brutal truth out of the way I felt anyway. And devour was this word that kept coming up to me because it seemed to make the most sense because that's what it felt like.
I just wonder if 600 years from now, people will look back on the last whatever from now in all of history before this. They're going to go, those people used to kill each other. You know what I mean? I just...
It's a good way of putting it, man.
I don't know how... I mean, it just seems so wrong, but it's almost like... And hey, we're not... I'm not saying we're the greatest country, but I'm not saying we're the worst country because there's plenty of...
I don't think this is a bad country at all. I think this is one of the I think this is one of the greatest countries in the whole world.
For us to be able to talk about it makes it a great country, right?
You're free. It's, I think, I really do feel like the United States is an unbelievable country and a great country because you have a lot of opportunities here that you do not have in other parts of the world. It's just plain and simple. Here you can come, and if you got a will, there's a way. And if you got it, you have an opportunity. They didn't call it the land of opportunity because it wasn't the truth. It's you got a lot of options here.
Yeah, sometimes it just... I guess I totally appreciate songs like this that are... I mean, they are just protest songs. That's what it is to me anyway. But also shows like The Daily Show and things like that can kind of shine the light on a situation from various angles and go, okay, why are we here? How do we get to this place? Why all the birds?
That represents the reinvention of this thing called Shinedown. There's 5 birds, 5 guys. So it was a way of like, a crow is actually, if you look and find out, they call it like a murder of crows. A crow is actually a very specific, I'm going to try to say this the simplest way as possible. They're the watchers. Like in like the forest and in like the animal, you would say society, but not even that. They're the birds that like if you look and see a crow, it's a warning that something's coming. Like they warn the people around, like they warn the other animals, and they warn like anything. There's a lot of symbolism in a crow. They're very mysterious, they're very unique, but when they come about or when you see them, then something's going to happen. It's always, and it's true, I've seen it happen before. I always see crows right before it rained.
Interesting.
So it's kind of like they're the watchers.
Then why would we create scarecrows? Because it sounds like we want them around, because they're the ones that...
They like corn.
Oh, that's cool, that's right.
They do like corn.
Think about it,
they gotta eat.
Well, I was thinking about, I never really do. I play a decent amount of Incubus too, and I think they have a CD titled "The Crow Left of the Murder" or something.
Yeah.
Like that. Yeah. But they just mean sort of one outside the pack, right?
Right.
Because it's like a herd of cattle, a murder of crows.
Right.
Oh, I didn't
This
know.
is meant to the reason
right.
5 it represents the 5 guys in the band, but it was also like a way of saying like we're the warning. We're the band that's
saying something's coming.
Yeah, something's coming, and also like I was the most blunt I've ever been on this album of any songs that I've ever written in my catalog, which my catalog is, I don't know, I'm probably over, I would say like 1,500, maybe close to 2,000 songs I've written.
Seriously.
And that's the strongest material I've ever written that's on this record, definitely.
Do you feel like that's your mission, your calling, whatever the word is, that when you see things, you want to raise up the flag and go, hey, everybody.
Yeah. I mean, it's my opinion.
Yeah. Is that different from what it was when from 5 years ago? I mean, is it different today?
A little bit, yeah. Before, I like to write, I attempt to write, I basically write the style of music that I play and the way that I sing is something that I would listen to. I like it to be catchy, as catchy as it can be, but I also like to experiment, and I also like to try to dive in. Like, Us and Them was way more of an experimental record for me. Because we had Lady So Divine, we worked, in I Dare You was a very experimental song for me because I'd never done a song where it was one vocal all the way through when it was being recorded, just one voice, and this album was meant to just go straight for the jugular. And I hope that that's what I did. And also just to kind of reignite, rock music. I feel like it was a strong record. I listen to the records that are getting ready. I know what the stuff sounds like that's getting ready to come out. And I think it'll hold up just fine.
So do you feel like you have found a better version of you? And I mean, you told me what the song was about before, but that's what we're looking for. I mean, do you feel like you're on that journey too?
I feel like I haven't stopped learning. I think if you stop learning, then you get, and I've said this word before, you get complacent. Yeah. If you don't broaden your mind, you don't ask questions, then you'll always just kind of fundamentally be where you're at. In order to get outside of that, you gotta think. You gotta ask questions. You gotta want to learn. So I think that I definitely, as far as having a son now, getting ready to finally, marry the love of my life, I definitely am finding out that there's a better version of me now than there was.
Well, man, Lyric better have a really big brain because and big heart too, because if you're gonna teach him everything you know and you're still learning, he's gonna have to have a pretty open. Yeah, it's going to be cool.
I can't wait.
Yeah, I can't wait either. So, thanks for the time.
It's my absolute pleasure, man.